Hey everyone, do you struggle to say no to people, especially family and friends? Or when you do say no, do you feel guilty inside for saying no? I know I used to be that way too. I wanted to do this video because this subject actually came up in my last workshop that we did. And I'm sure this person or these people are not the only ones that suffer from this problem. I know I did many years ago. So let's talk about it in a little bit more detail, shall we? What happens is that our conscious mind and our unconscious mind are having a battle. So the reason is we feel guilty is that our conscious mind is saying no, and our unconscious mind, depending on our conditioning and our beliefs and our thoughts from our childhood growing up, our unconscious mind is fighting against the conscious mind. And so that's the one that's has most control. I think the best way to do this, now don't laugh at me, is I'm going to do a visual concept of this. So if you can imagine that's you as an adult, and if it's you guys, just imagine it's a guy, okay? So that's our conscious mind. So the adult is our conscious mind. Our child, my little child here, don't laugh, I had to put some clothes on it because it had no clothes. So this is the adult is our conscious mind. Our child, our inner child inside of us, is our unconscious mind. Now, in anything we do in life, it's like the iceberg theory. I don't know if you've heard of that. But with anything we do in life, our unconscious mind, the iceberg underneath the water, controls anywhere up to, depending on how self-aware we are, up to 95% of what we say and do. Pretty scary, hey? So our unconscious mind is our childhood, our child, our inner child. And what makes that up? Our unconscious mind is our beliefs, our thoughts, our values, our conditioning or programming that we had as a child. Because what happens when we're a child, our brain is absorbing everything around us. All the messages coming into our unconscious brain, we're just absorbing it. So when it comes to when we grow up and we become an adult, we think consciously we make decisions, but no, it's actually our unconscious brain that's making most of those decisions. So in this subject here, when we're trying to say no to something, say for example, this time of year is a great time, a good example, Christmas. When someone invites you to a party or invites you to go somewhere or do something and you don't really want to do it. So our conscious mind is going, oh, I don't really want to do that. So you struggle to say no. So either you go, oh yeah, I'll try and make it. Yeah, I'll be there, when your unconscious mind is going, no, I don't want to be there. I'm not going to do that. And then the unconscious mind, if you say no, your unconscious mind is making you feel guilty. And so let's talk about the unconscious mind a bit more, because that's what controls us, right? In this situation, you've said no, your conscious mind has said no, and your unconscious mind is just feeling so guilty. Could be many reasons. For example, have you heard of the term people pleaser? That's often a label given in this scenario. You want to please the person that's asked you to do something or wants you to go somewhere, and you want to please them. You want to say yes because you want them to like you. So there's a fear of rejection, the fear of not being liked, the fear of not fitting in, the fear of being alone. It could be many, many things that our unconscious mind has a belief around that's making you feel guilty. Does that make sense? So in this situation, the problem that you're having is not wanting to go to somewhere. So you don't want to say no, or you say no and you feel guilty. That is not the problem. That's the symptom of the real problem that's going on. So remember, you're saying no or saying yes when you mean to say no. And your unconscious mind, because of all our conditioning, is making you feel guilty. So we need to get to the real problem. It's not the fact of feeling guilty when you say no. It's what's going on here with your inner child, your unconscious mind. What beliefs do you have around this that's making you feel guilty? So what we need to do is get to the programming or the conditioning that you had from your childhood that's making you feel guilty, that's making you feel like you have to say yes when you want to say no. I hope that explains it in a little bit more detail, and I hope that helps you to realize the problem of feeling guilty when you're saying no, or saying yes when you really want to say no, is not the real problem. The real problem is the conditioning with your unconscious mind. What's going on there? And that's when we have to delve deeper. So I hope that helps you. If you like what you heard, or if that makes sense and has helped you understand this issue, then comment below and please share. I'm sure you and I and these people in the workshop are not the only ones that suffer from this affliction of feeling guilty when you're saying no, or saying yes when you mean to say no. Please share it with others that you know of and make a comment below. Take care. Lynn Croker, Superwoman versus Real Woman.